Right now, it still says waiting right now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I heard the music. Heard the music. Yep, I hear us.
It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topics busted. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Jet I Night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. But it say live and level, live and level. We on the MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level.
Yo, what's up? What's up, level man? What's good with you, player? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh. You know, staying safe out there, bro. Staying safe out there. Uh, it's still out here now. Don't get twisted. It's still out here now. Yeah, yeah, man. So the wife made me put so I got some disposable masks in my car. Cause I kept forgetting the one that I had, so she bought a bunch of disposable ones. So I keep them in the car on deck, ready to go. Keep a thing of hand sanitizer in the car. So I'm good. I never used the gloves anyway, but just the hand sanitizer and the mask, so I'm good. Same here, man. Same here. I thought about that, man, but you have to understand that we have gone the extreme as far as keeping ourselves safe, and we still have 100,000 deaths. So I understand what people are saying, information coming out, but you have to understand that we went super extreme and we still had 100,000 deaths. So I understand that, you know what I'm saying, information does kind of contradict itself because they're finding more information out. But I'm not caught on the case that, oh, we can just go out there and be willing to, we have to do this in the first place. Nah, man,
Man,
that's a lot of deaths.
this
That's a
whole
lot of
time they
deaths.
didn't hear me, man. This whole time I had myself muted on the stream.
Oh
My
man.
bad, man. Thanks,
Yo,
Alex.
thanks, Alex.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Alex, for
Alex.
letting us know because I didn't have a clue you couldn't hear me. I'm glad he said something. Let me know if you can hear me
your
now.
name was, I think it was popping up on the things. It was popping up on the thing. They just couldn't hear you.
Y'all can hear. You can hear me. You'll be able to hear me, but they won't because this Streamlab. I had it muted in Streamlab. So if you can hear me, Alex, man, let me know. Put a 1 up in there or something. Let me know if you hear me now. If I got it fixed.
Yeah, Alex. If you can hear Level, I don't know. Make sure. Yeah, let us know in the chat, man. If you can hear us, you hear Level at least.
Yeah, let me know. But anyway, so I'm pretty sure he can because I saw where I had my mic input muted. It's fine now.
Good.
There it is. Okay, so all my little claps, all that was blocked. Y'all didn't hear none of that.
No, I think they heard the claps because I was able to hear the music. I think they didn't hear your voice.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't hear your voice either.
All right, cool.
When I was listening to the stream. So.
All right. Who else in here? Did we get somebody else in here?
No, just Alex right now.
All right. I mean, I'm talking about with us. I know Jedi said he was jumping over here. And
I ain't seen nobody slide through yet.
Ain't nobody slid through?
Not yet.
All right. Okay, we got people. Let me send these shots out since we waiting on Keith and D2 and the rest. Shouts out to Alex, man. What's up, bro? Welcome to the show. And Damien, welcome to the show, man. Welcome. Thanks for keeping your boys straight. But anyway, but yeah, on that COVID-19, man, I gotta get back on the game, man. I've been walking in stores without masks and gloves. I'm getting a little too comfortable. But yeah. So I'm gonna get back on the K, bro. I'm gonna stop slacking.
Yeah, man. Gotta be safe, bro.
Go on, King. Get away from me. Get on back. Go. My dog in here, so y'all might hear him whining because he always wanting attention. Get away. Sit down. Y'all hear that? Anyway, so
yeah.
Welcome to the show. He finna get put up here in a second. As soon as we get into this thing. So, anything else interesting, man, or we just want to jump into what you've been gaming on and get on into?
There is something I want to jump into before we get on that, man. So, I don't get too much deep into the the situation and stuff that's going on. We kind of talked about that last time we were here, but there was some interesting thing that kind of happened in my job. I know for me, I'll say this. So I'm new to the understanding of Juneteenth. I learned about Juneteenth probably sometime 2-3 years ago. So it's still fairly new to me. We were never taught this in school. Parents weren't taught this. I wasn't taught this. But Juneteenth marks the day that the last slaves were that they were read the Emancipation Proclamation. So they were free. And so there's been a celebration, annual celebration on that June 19th that kind of celebrates that. But my job actually, which is I thought was super dope, man. My job actually decided this year they're going to give us Juneteenth off, which is next Friday.
Okay. That's what's up.
Not only are they giving us a day off, which I thought was dope in itself, they gave suggestions on what people should do on this day off. They suggested that people educate themselves on racism in America and racism around the world. They recommended that people go out there and donate either money or time towards civil rights movements. They even told them to go out. People should go out there and protest
Okay.
injustice that's going on, and told people to or just take the time to get some mental rest or some counseling or anything of that fashion. So and like I said, I work for corporate America. This is corporate America sending out an email like this, and I was completely blown away that they were even considered doing something like this. So my spirits have been lifted up a little bit higher than usual because seeing that even my company is getting behind this and pushing forward and trying to educate people when it comes to this thing. So I've been feeling pretty good about that.
That's dope. That's dope. Prayerfully, my job takes note and let me go home on. We will see. But we got Jedi Knight. I saw him there. You in here, man?
Yeah, are we live?
Yeah, we live, bro. We are live and in effect. So anyway, welcome.
All right,
welcome,
cool. My
welcome.
bad. I tried to. I appreciate it, guys. What's
welcome,
going on?
man. Welcome to the show. But anyway, so we were just shooting the breeze until more folks jumped in here. So let's get into what you've been gaming on. So we're gonna go on into the next. Unless you got something to say, Jedi, before we go there.
Nah, it's just what's up? What's going on? I'm glad to be here. That's all.
All right, cool. Let's go into this. Now y'all can't hear it, but it's playing. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Y'all know the words, sing along. Go ahead. Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? What you been gaming on? What you been K-Bone, they don't know nothing about that. What you been
The double clap. That's a double clap.
That's a double clap. If I had the tambourine,
I don't know about that double clap now.
Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right. K-Bum 20, could you tell us what you've been gaming on, my friend?
Oh man, ain't no problem. I'm happy to jump into it. So, what I've been gaming on the past, I guess we was on last week, right? Yeah, last week we were on. What I've been gaming on since that is still working on that Jedi, that Fallen Order, the Star Wars Fallen Order game, and yeah, man, it's a cool game. I think it's Respawn. I think Respawn did a pretty good job with the game. Has some decent lore, has some new stuff that it tries to give you in the Star Wars universe. I'm not really feeling the voice actor that's portraying the lead protagonist, but other than that, the story is cool. I'm not blown away by the story. Like, matter of fact, the last couple of games I played, I haven't been blown away by the story, which is Spider-Man, and Origins. I haven't been blown away, but the last story I've been blown away by was God of War. That story was
that was dope.
Was amazing. But this one, I mean, it's cool. It's a good game. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's a good game. So I've been playing that mostly, and then getting ready for. Actually, I picked back Overwatch. Yeah, I picked that.
I thought you were done with multiplayers, bro. You said you was done. You said you're done, finito.
Yeah, I was never done. So
this dude right here, man.
That's hilarious.
So I picked Overwatch back up because to me, man, I can only play a single player for so long. For so long before I got to play something else and get on the mic and talk to some people. So I picked Overwatch back up.
Basically, last week you gave us all that fluff, and now you back on it. Well, I'll tell you the truth, boy.
No, man, I'm still playing my single players, man. I'm still playing my single players.
Thought it was single player 2020, man. I thought
it is. It ain't the only thing I'm doing though. I can't. Anyway, so I did buy the DLC for Spider-Man, and so when I get done with the Jedi Fallen Order, I am going to jump back to Spider-Man and play the DLC in preparation for the Miles Morales one that we saw in the PlayStation video. So I'm pretty excited about that. And so yeah, getting that, and I've been playing that. Been playing a little Overwatch. Been playing a little bit 2K, just a little bit, not too much. And that's about it.
Okay.
I'm going back and forth on getting, not buying, renting, The Last of Us. I don't know, man. It's just too dark, man. It's too sad. I want to be happy. I don't think I can play that game right now. So I think I'm gonna pass on The Last of Us for a little minute. For a little minute.
All right. Okay. Alex said that's his favorite part of what you've been gaming on. My favorite 2-minute section of the podcast. I appreciate that. You and Nia, both of y'all like that. I appreciate that, man. Took y'all to church. Take y'all to church. Anyway, Jedi Knight, what you been gaming on, bro?
Everything has been Call of Duty Mobile for me, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm digging it.
Okay.
That's it. Nothing else.
Nothing else. Okay.
Consoles, all mobile right now. I'm actually playing it right now as we're doing the podcast.
Well, that's what's up. I guess we ain't gonna be in this gaming on what you been gaming on long, because I haven't gamed on anything since last week. I've been playing with my new toy. I bought me a
Wait,
camera.
so you haven't been playing that what were you playing?
Animal Crossing?
Yeah, Animal Crossing.
No,
doing your chores.
I haven't done any chores.
You ain't done your chores?
Nope.
Ain't your people gonna be dead?
I didn't clock in. Well, my daughter been playing. I haven't played, but she played. She played a few times, and she picking it up. So she way more advanced far as the stuff she has. She getting there, like she knows how to do the DIY stuff, or the DIY. Is that, yeah, do it yourself? Yeah, DIY stuff in there, and she got a lot of clothes. She got her house now. She figuring it out. So when I jump back in, I'm gonna probably go in and finish some other stuff that I need to do, because some of the people I met are starting to come to the island now. So I haven't been on in a while, and she said a few new people showed up. That a few islands I went to and visited. I think like 3 or 4 islands I went to, and I invited, every island you go to is a person on there that's visiting that island that so happened to be looking for a place to live. Or, man, I would love to live on, they say, your particular island. It's like, Nintendo, come on, y'all got to do a little bit better than this. But then you only got 2 options. Do you want to come and live with us, or so, of course you ain't gonna tell them not to. So anyway, but no, I ain't played that last week, man. I bought me a camera. I bought me a pretty decent camera and a gimbal for my camera, man. Trying to get into this photography and video shooting, and man, so I've been toying with that and playing with that and trying to figure it out. So I didn't really get in no gaming, because every time I had some free time, I was tanking with that. So I'll probably get in on it today sometime, or tomorrow I'll probably play something. But here lately, I haven't been playing anything this week. So with that being said, the thing we came here to talk about is the PlayStation 5 reveal. And so we want to talk about this, man. So Cars, we've been looking forward to Sony letting us know what's going on with this PlayStation 5.
Yep.
And so all eyes on the PlayStation 5. So if you came here to hear some Nintendo talk, some Microsoft talk, you're going to have to listen in close, because it might be none to very little. So, because this is all PlayStation today. That's why K-Bump's so excited. That's why he's so elated. That's why he's so... Anyway, let's go into this conversation.
Man, get the topics, man.
So anyway, let's start it off with, did they deliver the goods? That's the first question I want to ask. Cornelius, welcome to the show, bro. Let me get my claps out. I see you up in there with the big eyes, man. What's up?
Cornelius, man. Tell me.
Always a pleasure to have Cornelius in here, man. And whoever else in here, man, sign off. We'll give you the shots out. He got the eyes like, what y'all doing? Anyway, did they deliver the goods? Before we even get into talking about all that they showed, Ken, you gonna have to get out of here with all this shaking. You messing up my calves, bro. I'll be breathing hard. Go on. Anyway, do you hear me talking? Go on, man.
Yeah.
Did they deliver on the goods. I'm gonna throw this at. Have you seen it? D2. I mean Jedi Knight. Did you see the?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it live.
So I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump to you, and I want you to let me know: did they deliver those goods? Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting more. The games look like PS4 games to me. Granted, I know they're supposed to be like 4K, 60 frames a second and all, but I'm not. There was one game that I felt like, wow, this is like really crazy looking in terms of the graphics, but I wasn't really impressed by much. I think so far what Xbox has shown was a bit better in my opinion, but I wasn't really impressed by what I seen.
Okay. So you wasn't impressed. So you wasn't
No,
impressed.
not really.
Not really. Oh man, this is gonna be an interesting one. I've been waiting for this particular moment. That's what Cornelius said. For this moment I've been waiting for. Anyway, so K Bum. K Bum. So Jedi said he was not impressed. I need your feedback. What was your thoughts with the PlayStation 5 reveal this past Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time? What was your thoughts?
My thoughts. So, to answer the question, did PlayStation deliver? I personally, I thought they did. I'll explain why.
No, I'm laughing at Cornelius. He said, "Not impressed by Bug Snatch."
Oh, that was boo. They could have kept that.
They were tripping with that, man.
I'm like, what? So you eat something, you become what? Man, y'all. I don't know what this is. This is not PS5 reveal material. I'm sorry.
That should have been cut on the floor. B-wheel footage on the floor.
Yeah, they could have kept that. But as far as what they showed, so when I say yes, they delivered the goods, it's because I thought they had a really good mix of PlayStation Studio games and third-party games. I thought they had a really good mix, and they didn't hit us with a bunch of big third-party games. So you didn't have which Xbox big reveal was Assassin's Creed. Okay. They didn't hit us with a bunch of the big third-party reveals, but they were able to, except for the clumsiness of showing a PS4 trailer of GTA at the beginning. I didn't get that. But other than that, I thought they did a good job.
We're gonna talk about that.
I think they did a good job of mixing some of the Sony studio games, which pretty much every last one of them looked absolutely amazing, and the third-party games, which there was probably more that leaned towards indie. I think the majority, 80% of the games probably could be considered indie games. They may not come at the full, 59. Well, I don't know if we're even doing 59 next generation. Are we doing 59 or 69? Have they decided yet? I don't know. But I don't know if they.
Man, we gotta talk about it. That's all the stuff we gotta talk about.
I don't know. I don't know if those games are going to be the full retail price. Some of the games that they showed, but I think they did a good job of showing different type of gameplay. It wasn't just shooters, or it wasn't just platformers, or it wasn't just third person action adventure. It was a good variety of different type of games. So I thought they delivered. I was surprised about how much they actually showed them, because 80% of the press conference was actual videos instead of people up there just talking. So I would say, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. So Jedi said not impressed. K-Bomb said they delivered. I'ma say I feel like they did what they needed to do. They delivered. I enjoyed it. It wasn't mind-boggling. It didn't blow me away. It did get a little snore fest around that Bug Snatch, whatever. That don't even sound right. Bug Snatch. I don't know if it's snack, I guess, but it looked like snatch when you put that X on it. Let me stop playing. Anyway, Bug Snack, I guess. Whatever that's another knack situation. They just threw that out there. But overall, for the hour and so that it was up, I would say the first few minutes The first half was good. The second half, the middle was a little snory, and then I thought it closed pretty good. So so overall, I think they delivered the goods. I don't think they murdered anything. I don't think they made it hard for anybody else to get back into the conversation. Like, I think, Microsoft definitely has a chance to come and steal the thunder if they want to. I don't think Microsoft just shut the door, but I do think it was a great first introduction. Without getting into the details of everything shown, I think they had a good, like K-Bone said, I think they had a good balance of games. They were guilty of showing a lot of CGI or in-game footage for no gameplay. They was guilty of that, but they also
they did.
Yeah, they did that, but they also showed a lot of gameplay as well, which we're going to talk about. One is going to be Ratchet and Clank. We got to talk about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and deal with that SSD and what that SSD allowed that game to do, which was highly impressive once I really realized what I was looking at, the fact that
same here.
They were going through portals and into different worlds without loading. That was freaking phenomenal. So, that was dope. So we got to talk about that. And they're getting close to that Pixar. They right there, bro. They right there with Pixar level.
They are hugging that Pixar level.
They smooched it a couple of times. So, but staying with this first question, did they deliver the goods? Yes. I think they did better than what Microsoft sold with the third party wheel, but we got to give fairness to Microsoft. It was third party. It wasn't first party. And like I was saying, we got to wait because Microsoft could come and do some stuff. But for right now, I would say yes, they delivered. So,
but see, Microsoft they've had chances to wow us or to kind of, because the thing is, since they're playing from behind, they have to steal the momentum, and PlayStation really just has to continue the momentum. And if we're looking at it from that point of view, PlayStation has absolutely delivered on the fact of continuing the momentum that they already have. The press conference was not a step back. It was not a negative.
Yeah, it was good.
But Xbox has not done anything to take away the momentum of Sony. And so I believe that this press conference has put a little pressure on Xbox to, when next time they showcase this, that they have to come through and take the momentum away, because they are not doing that.
Definitely. Like I said, my thing is, like I said, they definitely have put pressure on Microsoft. I just said they didn't. This press conference didn't shut the door. Like, they didn't just slam the door shut like at the end of E3 that year when they said $399 and no DRM. That was a door slam. Like, boom. They knocked the hinges off the door and everything on Microsoft. But they didn't do that this time. But it was definitely good. We definitely got to talk about this rumored or leaked price. But we getting ahead of ourselves. So let's stay in. So K-Bomb said it delivered. I think it delivered. Jedi said it didn't do nothing for him, which is fair. I mean, like I said, it wasn't great. It wasn't trash either. So you can have that variation of thought on it. So let's get into
what I did want to touch on one real quick. It's gonna be 15 seconds. So I know Jedi, you stated that some of the games looked at PS4-ish. I think part of that is due to Sony's bad decision of running the stream at 1080p, 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
I think that did a terrible. Cause I was watching the Digital Foundry, and they talked about how the feed was 1080p and it was 30 frames per second, and you're not showcasing any of your 60 frames per second games, and you're not showcasing any of your 4K games. So you're kind of doing yourself a disservice as far as next gen by streaming in that low of a quality when your games are so much better.
Right. I didn't even think about that, but to add on to that, that's why I said I had to go back. We was all in the Google Hangout, and I was like, man, I think I need to go watch this again, because it was because K-Bum said, man, Ratchet and Clank don't look that good. I said, bro,
I said it looked good, but I wasn't.
That Ratchet and Clank looked crazy.
Yeah,
but it was the stream.
That's
That's what I was saying. Like,
that game was phenomenal.
Yeah, but when it was live streaming, You really couldn't. That's how I was like, this game gonna look amazing because it looks really good in this compressed live stream. Is looking good, but it can't even keep up. So I said it's gonna look phenomenal when you get the direct. And I was like, K-Bun, wait till they show the direct. The direct one gonna show you that game is bananas, and it is.
Bananas,
so,
bro.
yeah. So when I went back and watched some of this stuff, I watched the Digital Foundry video. I watched a few other videos of the direct upload to YouTube. Night and day, absolute night and day from the stream, and so it just further solidified that Sony got some stuff. Now, we gonna get into it. So they started off with Grand Theft Auto 5. And I thought it was I thought for a second they was kind of just giving us a kind of a backdrop on Grand Theft Auto and showing what they have done. And Grand Theft Auto, what is it, Grand Theft Auto 5? I think that's what it is, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
But then when they said, I thought they was going to reveal a new Grand Theft Auto. But then when they was, that's what I thought was going to happen. Then they went into, this is a remake of a remake or an update of an update for the PlayStation 5. And the thought came to me, I ain't saying that's a bad reveal. I don't think that should have been the first reveal. I'll say that.
You can't start off
gameplay
from a previous generation. Even
previous two generations. This is a PlayStation 3 game.
Especially with E3 when they came out with God of War. You can't do that.
Yeah, so I'm sitting and I'm gonna throw it to y'all. I was Slim in the Sim. Let me get you your stuff, man. I can't be missing you, bro. You always welcome to the show. Anyway, what's good, fellas? Black people, you are good. The look of the council is, we gonna get there.
we gonna get there.
You're jumping ahead of us, bro. You're jumping ahead. Y'all read what he said. I don't want to bring that up just yet. We don't want to talk about this tank. Anyway, so I think that was a bad introduction. I don't think they should have started with Grand Theft Auto 5. And I think, I'm going to say this, man, and I want to get y'all thoughts. I'm going to throw it at you, Jedi, and then K-Bun, you can come behind him. I think Rockstar don't know what to do with Grand Theft Auto. Man, I don't think they can top 5. I think they did so much for 5. I don't think they can top it. I think they literally stuck. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, man. I think that they've been eating off that game. How many copies did Grand Theft Auto 5 sell?
Like 100?
I think it was probably I think it was the best-selling game of all time or somewhere near it. I think they're just, why interrupt that? Just from a business perspective. I don't like the fact that, they decided that they was going to use Grand Theft Auto 5 as some sort of promotional aspect for a next generation console. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for damn near a decade. But I don't know. I know that if I had a game that was selling like Michael Jackson Thriller numbers, I'm not putting out anything else until it stops, bro. When people stop buying it, then I will come out with something good, or afterwards. I shouldn't say good, but the next installment is what I should say. But I mean, people have been playing this game online. It does have a lot of support. It's not like Rockstar has basically abandoned the game. They are supporting the game, and people love the game. So I can't hate on that. Sometimes if something is not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
they made a really fantastic game. You got to give them credit with that. When a game can stand for 10 years, damn near, that is not EA. Let's put it that way.
Alex said the game has been top 20 NPD for 7 years. So
yeah, I just read that in there. Thanks, Alex.
How long has the game? How long has the game been out?
That,
7 years.
The game came out.
Facts. Spitting them facts. I see you.
It came out PS3 at the end of the PS3 cycle before the PS4 came out.
Wow, so that game is basically touching 3 generations. That is crazy.
I mean, you got to go. Is mod crazy? Is the mod community, the modding community loves it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is this one of those games that they don't? I think they might have reached the apex or the the pinnacle of that they're gonna reach with that title for right now? Or you think they scared that if they come back with something else, it'll drop off from? Because I guess that game.
What do you mean by that? Because you mean that they're not making any more games?
No, I'm saying right. I'll explain. Hold up, let me explain. I think Rockstar or Take-Two, who is it? Rockstar?
It's Rockstar.
Yeah, it's Rockstar. With Grand Theft Auto 5, they made it so good that I think, just like Lauryn Hill with her album, she never was able to make another album quite like that one. And it was like, do I want to come back and then make something that doesn't live up to this particular title? Because out of all the Grand Theft Autos, I'm pretty sure most say 5 is probably the best one ever made. And it's just, it got everything you would want in it. Everything is in it. You could do whatever you want to do in that game. And it's like, it's graphically, it was ahead of its time graphically. It still impresses to this day. It's doing a lot of stuff other games that have not done to this day. Were you expecting them to come out with another Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, we should have been out seeing another Grand Theft Auto.
But no, see, I disagree with that because Rockstar was working on Red Dead.
Okay, fine.
That's Rockstar.
Yeah, but okay.
They did GTA, and then they moved over the resources and did Red Dead, and they're still doing releases for Red Dead.
How old is Red Dead?
Red Dead is probably
4
God
years
of War
old.
age. It's around
3 years at least.
2 to 3, I think.
Okay, so
It's
how old is Grand Theft Auto 5?
It came out had to be, I think, 7.
7, 8 years. It's 2012.
Yeah. I think about 7 years.
So
yeah.
That's what's the average length between Grand Theft Autos? Is it a 4 year span?
It all depends on if they do a different game in between it.
Okay, all right. Well, Red Dead
they did have like the bully titles they were doing and Warriors, but it all depends on what they actually make in between the two.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't keep up with that.
2018 is when Red Dead came out. So it's not that good.
I'm just saying, I think that they made a really great title and they don't know how. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping.
I disagree with that, man.
Yeah.
Reason why I disagree because Rockstar has always tried to one up themselves. They've never allowed themselves to sit on success with anything they've done. And so I don't believe it's that. I believe that this thing is printing money. And
that too. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And so
they are going to allow the money to continue to print. I think that's the driving force. They don't got to do much because a lot of it is online now, and they can just keep the maintenance and keep it rolling and keep money flowing. Heck yeah, let's get this.
Okay, that's what I wanted. Alex gave me the information. Though. Thanks, Alex. Man, let me send you another shout out, man. He on it. So okay, that's what I was looking for. So this is not outside the normal. There was a 7-year, I guess, gap between 4 and 5. So that's okay. So. You right, K-Bun. Maybe my thoughts was off. So I will concede that you are correct. It might just be a money printing machine, and they let's keep going back to that cow and getting this milk, like Jedi said. So I agree. So,
but it takes time. It took Red Dead 10 years to make.
That's what they doing. They just getting that milk.
It took 10 years to make it. So Rockstar games don't come out that quick.
They go to the cow, and then we go to the store. And that's what they doing. Anyway, so we don't want to talk about them. So I don't think that was a good game to start with, but it is what it is. It's the best selling game of all time. So I guess hey, people love the game. So I guess it's a good look. But the next showing was Miles Morales. PlayStation 5 Spider-Man. They didn't show no footage, but when it was Miles, I lost my mind, man. I literally jumped out my seat like, oh, they got Miles. What y'all think about that? What was your thoughts on that?
I thought that was really cool. I thought that was good.
Okay, go ahead. Express yourself. Speak your mind.
I mean, ultimately, it's a PlayStation 4 game. I think it's a good game. Spider-Man is a good game, but in terms of next generation, I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't know. I think this is going to be a very unusual generation because it'll be based on frames per second and resolution. And usually we're interested in the graphical leap, and I don't think that we're gonna really have that.
Okay.
So you're probably gonna get a lot of clarity in games, high resolution, but I mean, it's extension of Spider-Man. I didn't see anything that was really amazing except Ratchet and Clank and Oddworld. I thought Oddworld was another game that was like
Okay.
fantastic.
Well, I'm gonna wait to K-Bum and I'm gonna give my thoughts because you said something that, and it made me. It's something I was thinking about too, but I want to see what K-Bum said. So, what was your thoughts on Miles Morales, PlayStation 5 Spider-Man? What's your thoughts on that? Was you impressed? I mean, it wasn't much to see to be impressed by, but was you excited?
Yeah. So what I saw of the game, I was like, oh man, this. Well, first thing I thought. Let's be honest. First thing I saw when I saw the game is that this is not a PS5 game. When I saw him showing Miles Morales, I'm like, this is not going to be a PS5 from the ground up type of game.
Oh, definitely not.
But I saw it. I'm like, oh, cool, Miles Morales. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's gonna look good. The first Spider-Man looked pretty nice. I think it's gonna be fun. And they showed some gameplay from it ish. I guess that was gameplay ish from it, and it looks very similar to the PS4 Spider-Man. And so for me is that they're giving you content. I know the biggest thing that we argue about when we get new systems that there's not enough content on that new system, and be able to play this, which is built on the back of a solid game that came out, and I believe in 2018. So it's been 2 years they've been working this title, uh, I, which is probably going to be for both the PS5 and PS4. I think it's going to be a good launch title, something that you can play on your PS5 and have fun and have some of the graphical upgrades.
Wait a minute, I gotta make a correction. Alex said no. I mean, in 7 years we got 4 different Grand Theft Auto games. So I had that backwards. He wasn't saying there was a 7-year gap between them. He was saying we got 4 in 7 years. So I could be right, but anyway, we passed that conversation. But I appreciate that, Alex, for that correction.
We are past that.
I was just reading here, man.
Yeah, but also you understand that they weren't that graphical different between the well, San Andreas was, but when you had the night game, anyway, I'm gonna get to that. Anyway, back to the point. So I was making about Spider-Man. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be fun. I think they're giving you content and launch, so that's something that they really want to do. And I wasn't blown away by it, but I'm happy they're doing the game. I just hope they don't make it as he was annoying in the original title, so I hope they actually make it a little bit more fun. Because I hate playing this character because they had the stupid, some of the stupid, find and go seek game modes they had. So if they don't do that, then it should be a fun game.
Okay, now I played some of Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4, and it's definitely a fun game. It ain't nothing that I would go buy a PlayStation 5 for. That would not get me to drop what they seem to be, what the rumors is suggesting that it's going to cost, but we'll get down there. But I was going to say this back on what Jedi said. I was thinking this, man. Was it the fact that, because even though I thought they delivered, was it the fact that they showed names like Microsoft didn't show no AAA first party titles and like Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man? Like, was it the names that they was dropping, Horizon and all those top tier games that they shared? Was that the reason why we felt they delivered, or was what we actually saw just visually, did that deliver? Which part delivered? Was it the games that they was announcing, or was it the visuals that we were seeing? Because I want to say it's the former, that it was the games that they were announcing that was winning the argument, not necessarily how they looked. That's just a quick thought. Just a quick thought. I want your thoughts on that, K-Bomb.
Oh, for me. So to I so when I looked at the games, I thought they were clean. I didn't think they were nothing really screamed. There was a couple that screamed PS5, but to me, nothing really screamed PS5.
Okay.
For me, what made me um, enjoy the stream was, like you said, I think the titles themselves and some of the surprise titles that I saw was like, wow, okay, that looks interesting.
Okay.
Like Deathloop, to me, that was a very interesting game. With a black lead character and then the villain, quote unquote, with black woman. I was interested. Like, wow, that looks pretty cool. And so I saw a lot of games that I said, I might, if I get a chance, I want to play that, or I want to play that.
Okay.
And so to me, that's why I thought it was better. And I thought the games weren't. It didn't have my jaw on the ground like it did the Unreal Engine demo. But I saw the game because I was trying to be very, trying not to say, "Oh my God, I love it because it's Sony." I was trying to look at it for what it is, and I'm like, "Wow, the titles were good. They dropped some big names, and the graphics looked really good. Not mind blowing, but really good."
Okay, and that's kind of where I was, and I'm gonna throw it over to Jedi Knight because I think it was the titles being announced that was impressing me. They came with some of their heavy hitters. Of course, they didn't show Last of Us because they're gonna probably do that when Last of Us come out. They're gonna show that it's a cross-gen title. But to see Horizon, to see Spider-Man, to see Ratchet and Clank, to see Sackboy, to see all these, like Microsoft didn't do that. They didn't have a lot of the titles they were showing. We have no relationship with. So I think that's also what helped Sony. And when I say they delivered, it wasn't necessarily what I seen was so much impressive like that. Well, of course, Ratchet and Clank was, and we finna talk about that here in a second. But everything else they showed, to me, didn't blow anything that Microsoft showed in that third party wheel away. But we didn't know none of them games. None of them games had any rapport with us. So I think that's another thing that Sony did well. But anyway, let's move on. Jedi, did you want to add anything to that, or was you to what I just said?
Nah, I don't think that it was really. I don't think they delivered. I think that it was games that I felt like if they didn't say that this was a PlayStation 5 presentation and they just showed you these games,
right?
I don't think anybody would have sat there and been in disbelief that these games were on PlayStation 4.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with that. And that's what I mean.
Just,
I think the titles was the issue, was the helper, not the game itself.
Well, I guess if, from that perspective, because I'm more of a Nintendo fan and these days I'm playing mobile, I'm not really, thorough when it comes to Sony content like that. So
right.
I guess for a person who plays those games, I can understand that, Horizon Zero Dawn is a big deal to people. That's not a big deal for me. I wasn't captivated by anything. No, I'm lying. One thing that I will say is that throughout the hour and a half during this presentation, I did not feel like they were lying. I think that those were actual games. But at the same time, is that saying much when I felt like it was like PlayStation 4 games? So I'm kind of stuck in the middle with that.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I said, what I was seeing, we're gonna talk about Ratchet and Clank. Visually, Ratchet and Clank was amazing, but Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 4 is amazing looking. It was what they were doing with the warping to different worlds with no load screen. That's when I realized what I was seeing. At first, I was like, "Oh, they just got cutscenes. All these cutscenes for? Why they keep cutting to another stage? Like, show the game." And then when I sat down, I was like, "Wait a minute." They literally going into different worlds and they ain't stopping nothing. It's still going. Like, that blew me away. But we Alex, I see you down here, Alex. We ain't got there yet. So, but yeah, I agree with you on that sense, Jedi, that visually, nothing blew me away. You could have put PlayStation 4 up there from a visual standpoint, and I wouldn't have thought anything about it. I would like, oh, okay. But what they were doing with Ratchet and Clank is what set it apart to me. When we deal with that. But go ahead, Kevin.
So I think after listening to the whatchamacallit guy, the Digital Foundry, I think they were describing some of the techniques that they were doing that just looking at it you wouldn't have been able to tell. They were calling out ray tracing,
right?
And that we can't do on the PS4. They were calling out the ray tracing and what they were doing just by looking at the game. And like I said, part of it, I think is because of the terrible stream, and that's why we weren't able to do it. But they were calling out, "Hey, look at this ray tracing right here," and I'm like, "How do you see that?" Then I started listening. Oh, because of that and that and that. I'm like, okay, and so those aspects were in the game, but they didn't scream at us.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't pop like that. But
they didn't pop and scream. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of that's why I kind of can see where Jedi is coming from. But let's continue. So Grand Theft Auto 7. I mean, not Grand Theft Auto. Gran Turismo 7.
Gran Turismo.
What was your thoughts on that? You know, I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna talk about all these games. There's some certain ones. Yeah. Was you impressed with Gran Turismo?
Who you throwing that to?
You.
Every Gran Turismo looks great. I mean, it's Gran Turismo.
Okay.
And so I had no emotional connection to it because it's Gran Turismo. Every last one of them look great.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Jedi? What you thought about? What was your thoughts on Gran Turismo? Was it?
Yeah, I kind of felt the same. It looks great.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't look any better than any other Gran Turismo. You know, yeah, it looks good.
Now I won't say it don't look better, because the reflections from the screen when they first showed that car was spectacular. My point is Gran Turismo. Yeah, it's gonna look great.
The visual, the eye candy, it was clear. It looked great. But I guess I was talking more about when they showed like the driving, the actual driving.
Yeah.
And can you see the difference? And the eye candy and the driving were not the same. Like the eye candy, you really could tell, like, wow, like that is fantastic.
Yeah, the scenes of you seeing them whipping around the street and all that from that cinematic wheel, that looked amazing. But when they threw you in the seat behind the window, that kind of diminished it a little bit for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, that did not transition well. But again, that could have been the stream we was looking at, so I won't count it against them. But I'm with you, Jedi, on that one. That part kind of was like, y'all probably should have either went into just showing the hood of the car, not necessarily us seeing from the steering wheel, like seeing the hand in the steering wheel, but go like to the front of the car or something like that. Maybe did something like that, or show the whole car from the bumper. Like, I like that angle, and maybe everybody looked a little better. But that in-car view didn't work for me. But anyway, everybody ready to talk about Ratchet and Clank. So I think that was next anyway. So Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This is where it started to get good for me. Everything up to this point was, man, yeah, cool. I'm happy to be here. We get to see the PlayStation. I'm ready for to see this system. And then they drop Ratchet and Clank. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a Nintendo guy. I like colorful fantasy worlds. And Ratchet and Clank scratches all those itches. And so I fell in love with Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 4. That was really my for real first time really getting into Ratchet and Clank. Was PlayStation 4. I used to play what's the other one? What's the other one that they had on the PlayStation? It wasn't Ratchet and Clank, it was
Jackson Dexter or something like that, or Jackson.
Yeah, that one. I played that one a little bit more than Ratchet and Clank. But Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 4 really impressed me. Like, that game was like, Nintendo, I love what y'all doing, but bro, y'all got to put some more power on the hood, because I know Mario can do stuff like that, can look like this. It was the visuals, the set pieces, like, and Ratchet and Clank was amazing. So when they showed Ratchet and Clank, I'm all for this. I love that animated, that Pixar. I like all that. I'm there for all that smoke. I want all that. No caps. I want all of that. So when they showed Ratchet and Clank, I was like, man, this looks, what's going on? It's blurry. And then I had to realize, wait a minute, this is a stream, so I'm not seeing it in its full glory. Then they kept going from scene to scene to scene. I'm going to be honest, I got upset. I was like, man, this is a terribly cut a presentation for this game. Like, can y'all just stay in one scene for a second or one stage for a second? Like, who thought it was cool to cut like this? That's where my mind went. Like, every 2 seconds he going to another stage, I was like, that's stupid. Until I figured out what they were showing. And this was when my mind went. I was like, oh my God, this is the SSD. This is what cats are talking about. This is the game changer. And I'm going to tell you right now, if they can go from stage to stage to stage to stage, that seamlessly and that with no load, because that's going to be retarded. And I don't even think I can I haven't even wrapped my mind around just how fast that was to rip out of one scene into a whole nother scene while another scene is behind that opening up at the same time. And nothing dropped. There was no stutter. It felt like somebody was edited it that way. It like somebody literally did that in some software, just took them clips and was splicing it at those spots to realize there's actual in-game up and the game is loading all that up instantaneously. Man, I was impressed by that. That's what blew me away with this presentation, was that part, realizing what they was doing with Ratchet and Clank made me sit down and be like, bro, okay, we in another territory with what this system can do in low speeds. Go ahead, whoever want to take it.
Yeah, I agree. Ratchet and Clank. That was a PlayStation 5 game.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that it displayed the capability of the hardware. You know, once I noticed, like, I didn't even think of when it was going from different portals and different scenes until I seen the Digital Foundry and they explained it. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. You've never really seen that before. That game, I was really impressed with that one. That one made me feel like, yeah, we're looking at something special here. And yeah, kudos. I hope they sell and it's a good game. And well, Ratchet and Clank, it seems to have been a good series anyway.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's because it's voice it's voice acted. It is like my kids would sit and watch me play this game. It literally, especially the one on the PlayStation 4. The 5 one is probably gonna be better than this one visually. The one on the PlayStation 4, there were scenes that you couldn't tell me could fit into a Pixar movie and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. There was literal scenes like that you were actually playing that looked like Pixar. One scene in particular, you fighting this monster in this lava pit, like this lava area, and it's this big old troll, goon, whatever it is, and it's huge, and it's like that whole cinematics of that scene, it looked like something out of a movie, but you just playing it. And I'm like, and it made me like, this is what I want to see Mario get into, settings that look like this for Mario, because I think you got all the makers of something great if Nintendo put the power there to be had for that to be realized. So, but yeah, that impressed me. K-Bum, go ahead and give me your thoughts.
Yeah, so when I initially saw it, and Level can contest to this, that I saw, I was like, it looks cool. Like, it looks cool. Because I was looking at it, but it was patchy on my stream. Mm-hmm. So there was like breaks in the graphics and stuff like that. And so I'm like, oh, man, it looks really clean, but man, it looks like a PS4 game. And then Level kind of said what he said about it. So I said to myself, let me look at it again. And so I went back and found a different stream or something that played a little bit better. And then I back and watched it, and I was completely blown away. I completely changed my tune. I thought the execution of the game was amazing because of loading in from environment to environment, and how fast it was and how streamless it was. But the actual visuals of the game is just downright spectacular. And actually listening to Disney Foundry, and they were talking about, again, they're using ray tracing. They pointed out in the video, because I didn't even tell, but when you looked on the floor and saw the reflections, you saw it's ray tracing. And even when you looked at Clank, his metal, you see reflections of the world in his metal again, which is ray tracing. And and I didn't even pay attention to any of that or see any of that. And they were talking about going from the scene to scene, how that is utilizing the power of the SSD. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I saw this completely different when I first viewed it, and now I take the time to look at it again. What they are doing here is absolutely amazing, and this is Pixar quality video that you could just take out and make a movie out of and call it a day. That they're doing some amazing things in that Ratchet and Clank, and I don't know how Insomniac is doing this with their studio, because they're still working on the Spider-Man game and working on this. But man, they killing the game right.
Yeah, well, of course, that Spider-Man game is basically taking the old Spider-Man and just reskinning it with Miles. So, like Jedi said, that's basically a PlayStation 4 game with the same environment. You got all the tools you need. You just need to. It probably was. I think it's been argued that there was some downloadable, some DLC content that they just turned into a game, almost like that one.
I don't know.
I don't
To
know.
me,
I'm just saying.
it's more like Lost Prophecy, where it's a standalone game.
For Uncharted.
Yes,
that's what I was just going to say. Like that started out being DLC. Like that game.
And then it got too big though. But it got too big.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So,
but if it's big enough, I mean,
I ain't got no problem. No, it ain't no knock. I'm not knocking. I was just saying. They are able to do. You say they was knocking out the park. I'm like, yeah, they probably already had this game for Spider-Man ready to go, and they just, as they built on it, it's like, man, it's too big just to be DLC. We can actually make a whole nother $59.99 off of this and make it into its own standalone game. Why put it out there for DLC when we could just?
I doubt it. I doubt it was that, because they already had lined up of their DLC and what they were coming. So I believe from the whole get-go, this was going to be what it was, because they already had the 3 series and stories and how they were going to do the DLC. I think their plan was to do. They were building Miles up the entire time in the Spider-Man game. So I don't know how much I really agree with that, but I see your point. But yeah. I do want to give one contrast when we talk about PS5. So I've been playing the Jedi game, and it is trash when it comes to loading graphics. It is.
And this is on
one of
Pro?
the worst. This is the Pro.
Okay.
Where they I don't know if you pay attention, but some games make you go through like a small, narrow space. Anytime they do that, Uncharted does this every now and then too, where they make you go through like around a wall and it's very narrow, and it takes like 3-4 seconds to get through that little space, but you have to go through it to get to the next piece of the story. Well, they do that is because they're loading their environment as you're walking through that space. And so they created that little space to slow the user down so they can load the rest of the behind you without having a loading screen. And the Fallen Order is probably the worst at this, because you every 3 or 4 battles you're hitting a little area where you have to squeeze through, and they're loading the entire environment behind them. But the fact that Ratchet and Clank is flying through the air, loading different worlds at a time is to me. That's why to me it was even more mind when I go back and play this game and look at what they're doing there. It blows me away.
Yeah, it was dope. It was definitely the game that made me realize, okay, this SSD ain't no joke. Let me stop playing. Let me stop hating. Give Sony their kudos. They ain't joking with that SSD. So now I'm curious to see if Microsoft SSD can do similar stuff, because that could make be a decision, make certain decisions. Certain third party companies make certain decisions with how they do games on both platforms. So I would hope that they SSD can kind of do similar stuff. But that was impressive. So I don't like I said I don't want to go through all these games.
Yeah.
So I'm going to skip over some stuff because some of these I really don't care about.
Yeah, you don't got to talk about the cat game, bro.
Yeah, I don't even remember what is that
you,
Stray?
you can,
Stray.
Yeah, you can keep that moving.
You got Returnal. I don't really know if y'all
want
to talk
So Returnal looked interesting. Returnal looked like it was a mixture of Prometheus and the Tom Cruise movie, Die Another Day, something like that. When you kept dying and kept coming back from the start of the day. To me, that game actually looked really interesting because it really gave off Prometheus vibes with how the world looked and the fact that that person kept dying and respawning and kept like a Groundhog Day type of thing. To me, that game it's a sci-fi game, which I love sci-fi.
Is that the one where she was kind of in it? That's the one she was in a loop and kept reading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was very
interesting. And I'm gonna be honest with you. That was a moment for me. That was a
Man.
I ain't gonna lie. It looked okay. I don't know. I just don't care for. I don't know, man. Games like that don't intrigue me. I don't know. It just don't catch my attention.
I was on board for it. I thought it was dope. I was on board. I was all in that. That is sci-fi and that is lore and rap. Man, I was here for it.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what. Jedi, you got anything to add to that one? What is it called again?
Returnal.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. He wasn't lying. This was a mud situation for him. All right, so let's talk about this Sackboy A Big Adventure. Now, I'm gonna be honest, K-Bun. I'm gonna be honest. The game was impressive looking. I liked it. It's definitely pulling on all my Nintendo loving. That's what I love about Nintendo. These type of games is why I like Nintendo. I know y'all be like, them child. I like all that stuff. I like that type. I like platforms. I like stuff like that. So, but I'm gonna say this: if that ain't Mario 3D World with Sackboy put over it, they was missing. The only thing they was missing was the Meow suit. That was it. All they needed was the cat suit and Koopa jumping down in his cat suit, and that would have been Mario 3D World. But it does show what we are missing. And I say this with all humility. I love my Switch. But when I see games like Sackboy and I see games like Ratchet and Clank, it makes me be like, man. And this next game we're about to talk about, it makes me be like, man, what if? I'm not going to front. Sackboy looked good. I don't care about the character Sackboy. I really don't. I don't have no connection to him. I'm pretty sure PlayStation guys probably do. But they just ripped him out of his world and put him in Mario World and basically just copied what 3D World is doing. And I'm all there for that. I'm there for all that. So I would buy Sackboy. That's what I'm saying. Even though I don't, I never really care for the franchise, I will buy this one. I was impressed by what they was doing. Some of it, other parts I didn't like. It started looking like Mario Party at some points, and that didn't intrigue me. The 4-player part didn't look cool to me, but the single-player parts looked amazing. But what was your thoughts on that? I was doing this at Jedi. What was your thoughts on Sackboy?
It's Sackboy.
Okay, now that's fair. I agree with you. It's Sackboy. K-Bomb.
Yep.
Okay.
So no. I was just answering. Yeah. No, I was answering. Yeah. So I've tried to like Little Big Planets. I've never been really big into them. I thought it was just another Little Big Planet game. But seeing that it's a platform, I'm like, oh, cool. I'll never play it. And so, because I'll be wrong if I say I love this game when I've been saying for long I don't like platform. I don't like platform. But
I
the
don't
game looking,
understand that, but I don't understand why you don't like good old platforming, man.
bruh. When my adventure games have platforming aspects in them, just let me get to point A to point B. I'm tired of climbing and jumping around. Stop with the platforming. Just let me do the adventures, man. I'm tired of that. So, I think it looks good. It's a good looking game. It looks fun. They're always creative in their levels, and it's going to be a good appeal for some people, but probably not me.
Okay. Yeah, I like those Sackboy. I like what they was doing with that. Yeah, it's Mario 3D World, but I still I give them I tip my hat. It's Sackboy 3D World. That's what it is. So anyway, the next one.
I see the artisan kind of called it out too. If you saw it in the comment section.
Yeah, Sackboy Adventure equals 3D World, Odyssey, Captain Toad, and Woolly World. I was getting vibes of every one of these games watching it. I agree. Let me give you shots out there. That is right on the money. You deserve all this right here. Every bit of that. Take all that. And welcome to the show, Artisan. Anyway, he's right. I did. I was looking at it like, man, that ain't number 3D World. And I did get the Yoshi game too out of it. But anyway, let's go to this next game. So Destruction All Stars. I'm gonna tell you this. Sony need to drop All Stars. Don't put All Stars on nothing.
You don't even want the word All Stars?
Not even the word. Just call it Destruction Derby, Destruction Chaos. You cannot call anything All Stars after you took after you took the All Star and made that game trying to rip off of Smash Bros. You can't use All Stars no more. You
can't use the word no more?
No, they fired. They are permanently banned from using All Stars. But what did y'all think about this Destruction All Stars?
Do we really know what kind of game it is?
It looked like what's that game?
Rocket League.
Rocket League. It looked like Rocket League with a Twisted Metal twist to it.
That's exactly what I thought.
Go
it
ahead,
looked like it was a spin between. It looked like a spin between Rocket League and Twisted Metal.
Take it over. Go and give your thoughts. You got it.
With a splash of Overwatch to me.
Now, well, yeah, the character models look like
with the character models and individual characters and how unique the characters are and stuff like that. So
I liked it. I like what I saw. I mean, again, this is not going to make me go buy the system. But I did like the energy. I like the character. I like all that they was giving in that game. It had a cool vibe. This is cool, and it did feel like it's like Sony. This is cool. Y'all should know this is cool. Look at the dude doing the pose and looking like what's his name that sing Cadillacs. What's his name?
Cadillacs.
Yeah, a little short dude that looked like Prince, and you know what I'm talking about. Doggone, I'm gonna play the music.
The comedian?
The singer.
Nah, bro, you missing me on that one.
Oh, I'm gonna find it. Go ahead.
As the comic section, I mean, as people viewing,
no,
man,
I'm gonna find it
because I can't help you.
I'm playing a little bit of it. I can't play too much on here. You'll hear it in a second. Don't worry about it. Go
nice. Ahead. It was. I mean, it was okay. I didn't really get I still don't know what you're doing in the game. Like, are you racing? Are you doing the Rocket League, like playing the soccer, or what are you actually doing in this game? I don't think that to me it didn't come across. So I don't know. I wasn't. I thought it looked good to me. It's one of those indie type games that you'll probably play for a good 2 weeks and probably won't pick up again.
Can you hear that?
It popped on and went off.
Yeah, it went in and went out.
Can you hear it now? Who was that? That's Bruno Mars. That's what it looked like to me.
Oh, Bruno. Okay.
That dude looked like one of them dudes looked like they just took Bruno Mars and threw him in the game. It was cool. It's catching that cool, that hip hop cool. I was like, oh, okay, I see you, Sony. That's all right. I give you a pass.
But can you explain what kind of game it is though?
No, it looked like I said, it looks like Rocket League and Twisted Metal
But
had a baby.
but what are you doing? Are you just blowing
You
up
are,
cars?
you see, like you racing around, and it's like a derby, like them
Like roller derby?
like what them crash derby, what they call them, where they be ramming in each other and stuff. What's them type of derbies? I can't like you just go in there and you just smashing and breaking stuff. That's what it looked like to me. But no, they didn't give. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you. It just looked like Rocket League and Twisted Metal had a baby. That's what it looked like.
Okay. But Twisted Metal was one of those games where you have to blow up. I mean, it wasn't just a crash game, but you had to kind of like kill the opponent car or whatever.
Right, while you're racing to the finish line, right?
No, they had modes where it's like Mario Kart. You got roles when you game modes where you're just trying to destroy the other person.
Okay.
Because Mario Kart is the same kind of mode, right?
Okay.
Where you're just trying to destroy the other person.
It looked like a game that you're racing, but you're trying to destroy the other cars. The point is get to the finish line first and destroy everything in sight. That's kind of what it looked like to me.
I guess so.
Hey, but it looked all right. So the next one is, like I said, I might skip some of these games. Let me see. So, yeah, I'm skipping that. Oh no, I won't talk about this one. Is it Kena, Bridge of Spirits?
Yeah, Kena.
That's another game. See, that pulls on my Nintendo strings. That looked like Zelda. And this, again, I go through my same thing. The power that the PlayStation 5 has given the developers allows them to do certain things that we was kind of talking about last week. Me and Keith was kind of, and D2K was kind of echoing our sentiments about our frustration with Nintendo and the limited power that they put a game like Breath of the Wild on, the limited power system running off of NVIDIA. Right. And then you see a game like this, and it's like, and it brings all those frustrations back. Like, this is what I'm talking. I love Breath of the Wild, but I would love to see it look like that. And I'm at the point, I'm like,
right.
I want to see it look like that, Nintendo. I don't want it like this no more. So anyway, I'm serious, man. That game gave me so many Breath of the Wild, Zelda, Link vibes. And I was like, man, that's good. And it's a Nintendo guy. I blushed at that point. I blushed on that. I was like, my cheeks got red, and I don't even have. My cheeks don't even turn red, but they got red that day. So, give me your thoughts on that one. Jedi,
that's hilarious.
I'll throw it to you first, then I'll come back to you, K-Bun.
Repeat the question.
What was your thoughts on Kena Bridge of Spirits? That one that kind of looked like Zelda-ish, a Zelda-like game.
Oh, it was cool.
Okay, it was cool.
I thought it. I mean, it's 3-dimensional now. It's cool.
Okay. Now is that a game that has been out before? Like, because that's my first time ever hearing of it.
When I watched the presentation from Digital Foundry, they said that the game, it's a sequel of a series, I should say, and it was like in 2D, and now it's 3D.
Okay. Yeah, that impressed me. I like that game. I like it was aspects of it, like the combat didn't look that good. It looked stiff and didn't move quite as fluidly as Link and other games like that would. But I gave it like they might have a little time to work on that. But just the world, the visual, the presentation, I was like, God, man. And then if it's voice acted, like, man, I'm tired of reading text. I'm just tired, man. I'm getting older. I don't feel like reading like that no more. I'm spoiled now. I want to just listen. I want to kick my shoes off and listen, Nintendo. I don't want to read Nintendo. I just want to listen. I want to turn off all the little words that you untyped out and had somebody type out. I just want to turn it off, the captions off, and just listen. Can I listen, Nintendo? Can you make a game that your boy can just listen? Can I just listen to Mario now? I don't even have to listen to Mario. Can I listen to everybody else around Mario? Can I listen to everybody around Link? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, can you do that for me? Go ahead.
I would like another side-scrolling Mario game. I think all of these 3D Marios. I don't play 3D Marios. I really would appreciate a new side scroller so I can buy a Mario game. But Nintendo seems not to be answering the call to anyone. They're just doing whatever the hell they want to do.
Now, you want like new Super Mario, or you want the whole a reskin of that type of or do you just would you want a new Super Mario?
I want a brand new Mario game side scrolling platformer.
Okay, I got you.
I would be very happy with that.
I can rock with that. Remodel them, everything. So let's skip over this Goodbye Volcano High. I don't know what that is. Let's go to this Odd World Soul Storm.
No, I ain't get my thoughts about the game.
What game? Kena?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I don't got no thoughts about it. I'm good.
I knew you was finna do that. That's why I wasn't tripping. so anyway, I knew exactly where you was gonna go with that. So Oddworld, I heard you say you was impressed by this one. I'm pretty sure you would, because this is a side scroller. So what was your thoughts on it, Jedi? Is he still here? Is Jedi still here, K-Bon?
It may pop them out.
Okay. When he get back in, I'll bring it back his way. What was your thoughts on that Oddworld Soul Storm?
I thought it was super dramatic. I don't remember Oddworld being that dramatic with the with the cutscenes, man. Okay. Other than that, though, I thought it was cool. It's not. It reminded me of I don't think you guys remember a game named Lemons. Where
I vaguely do.
Where you the group of the lemons followed you, and so you had to make a path and try to save as many as you could, because they just follow the direction, and you have to kind of guide them and stuff like that. So I was never interested in that game. Well, I thought it was a cool game. I never wanted to play it, but I always thought it was a cool game. But this Oddworld, I mean, it looks cool, but this is a side-scrolling platform type game, something that I wouldn't find myself playing. But for what it was, I thought it looked really nice. I liked the way they did the visuals.
Okay.
I wasn't blown away by it, but I liked the way they did the visuals. I thought it was pretty good looking, even for a 2D side-scrolling game. And so I think it's interesting. I think the people who are into a type of game like that would be. But not my cup of tea.
I want to send a shout out to Nova Wise TV. Welcome. I didn't see you was in there, man. He said Luda? Or he was trying to help us figure out who I was talking about. It was Bruno Mars, bro. Bruno Mars. Anyway, so let's keep going on this, because there's a few more I want to get to. Then because I want to give enough time for us to talk about this price. So, Ghostwire. Do you got anything to say on that one?
Which one was that? Was that the Japanese looking one?
Yeah, that was that one.
Let me go, because I have the list of it right here, so I'm trying to pull it up.
Well, I'm finna shoot through some of these real fast.
Ghostwire.
It was alright.
Oh yeah, all right. That's the one that you're in Tokyo and you can see the dead people.
Yeah. It's 6 cents on you. Yeah, 6 cents. 6
cents. Graphically, I thought it was so not graphically. Artistically, I thought it looked nice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it looked real nice artistically, but gameplay-ish. I don't know. It just it had more of an indie feel to me than anything.
Okay.
So I felt something like, if you're into indie games, you'll play something like this. But that's, to me, that was about it.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was cool. It again, not my type, not my cup of tea. I had to see a little bit more. Welcome to the show, Raging Banana DK in the building. But anyway, I was. It was cool. I need to see more of that before I can go off and say what I thought about it. I'm gonna skip that one because I don't care about that. Godfall was, outside of the music, I don't know what that was. I was like, man, how did y'all go from the presentation y'all showed last year to this being the actual game? I was like, that's a fall off. Y'all fell off the cliff. Like I wasn't feeling that one, man. What you think about Godfall?
I was grooving to the music.
I said the music was dope.
I know. I was grooving to it. I was like, hey, yo, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna bring it back to you. Oddworld, give me your thoughts.
Oh, that was one of the best trailers, I thought, during the whole presentation. I thought Ratchet and Clank and Oddworld were the best that I've seen. I liked the direction. It kind of felt it felt engaging. It felt like I would buy that game. I would say that.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, I like what that was about.
Shouts out to Mr. Free to Be Me 1. Welcome to the show. I see you. He said, what's up? Ghostwire was kind of a disappointment. They should have just made a Evil Within 3. I've never played that either. I ain't never played Evil Within either. So, but I know of that game. I agree with you. They maybe should have just did something else. It wasn't hitting on nothing for me.
I think it has potential though. I don't think it was
trash.
I don't think it was. No, man. I think it has potential,
garbage.
Man. I don't know, man. I think it has potential.
Curve. Put it on the curve. That's what. Go ahead, man.
That's funny. No, that's good. That's it.
Okay. So you had Godfall. We all agree Godfall was
So Godfall. I thought it was supposed to look better than that.
Yeah, that's why I said it was a total fell off the cliff.
I saw it. I'm like, oh, I remember you. You look just okay. Because last time it had particle physics and everything going on.
That was all the cutscenes. That wasn't.
No, they did show some gameplay. I thought. They
no, not last year. Not when they first showed it. They
didn't?
showed no gameplay. No.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, At this point, I was like, you got to show a little bit more for a game that you kind of already showed us already. I don't think they did enough to show us more of the. It should have had maybe a 3-minute gameplay video because we already known about this game. So I don't know why it was kind of just thrown in the same category with like Stray and stuff like that. Like you should have showed us a little bit more of the game. We've seen it before. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed.
Okay, Astro Prey Room, that's another 3D platform. That looked cool, but we ain't here to talk about that.
Nah.
Hitman 3, we talk about that another time. So let's get to this bug snatch. Let's get to this bug snatch.
Hold on, Matt. Hold on. I'm gonna ask them for the chat. I want to get somebody's opinion. Does anybody play Hitman? If you play Hitman, hit us up in the chat room because I know Hitman is a huge game, and I know it's a big third-party game, but I haven't met a single person that plays it. So that's all I'm gonna say. Now you can continue with the bug.
That's
snatch,
what you know. People gonna be calling this game bug snatch because that's what it looked like. But bug snack, we ain't talking about this game, folks. Let's go on past that.
Nobody, man, let's get on it, man.
Nobody want to talk about that game, man. That game looked
one of the best games they shown, brother.
You getting it?
I mean, I'm getting that day one, bro.
I don't even think my daughter want that game, man. That game looked like if there was ever a thing that represent pointless, that was that game. That game should be beside pointless in the dictionary. It was like
that was worse than that.
Yeah, that was way worse than that. At least that was kind of a game. Well, and then they had the audacity to have something attack the camera at the end. Like, bruh, are y'all serious? Who wants to run around chewing on fruit that's alive so that your limbs can turn to the fruit? You got the dude running around with hot dogs as hands. And I'm like, who thought of it? Like, who thought this was a clever game? It sounds like somebody that's a little perverted came up with this game. That's what it sounds. A person with fetish for food came up with this game. I have no interest in this game. So let's move on.
Like somebody was high and hungry.
High, LSD and everything.
Man, you know it'd be dope, bro, if you ate food and you became it.
So that was on some other nonsense. Okay, so Demon Souls. Anybody want to talk about that?
Man,
yeah. All right, cool. We can skip on.
Them games hard, bro.
Yeah, I wanted to get it, but I didn't end up getting it.
I like to enjoy myself, man. I hate dying over and over and over.
So you got Deathloop. I don't remember that one, so we can skip that one.
No, that's the one I said that was interesting.
That's Deathloop? I thought that was the one up here, Returnals.
No. I told you about the protagonist is black.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that one. Okay, all right.
Yeah. That seemed pretty interesting. I
I'm
was
going to
kind of
go
like,
back. I'm going
okay.
to go back and watch that video on that one
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
hadn't seen that one.
Go back and check that one out. They did have him sounding like Samuel L. Jackson, the MF. I was like, okay, I guess every black character has to say MF, but that's cool. Uh, but it
Okay.
looked interesting, man. To be honest with you, I
It
thought it was
said,
cool.
Hitman is nice. This is what Mr. Free to Be Me. Hitman is nice and makes you really feel like a hitman. Okay, Hitman. And let me see who else. I guess the only one that's I tried one.
No,
That's
Raging Banana
Raging
said,
Banana
yeah,
said I've tried
yeah. He
once.
said he tried it.
Tried it once. So not that many people saying they played it. Who else? Okay, so let's skip on past. We got Resident Evil. What is that? 7 or 8?
Yeah, Village.
That's Resident Evil 8, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I wasn't impressed. I wasn't feeling that. I don't know. It didn't do nothing for me. At first I didn't even know it was a Resident Evil game. To be honest with you, so I don't know. It didn't do nothing for me.
Yeah, I didn't care too much.
What about you, Jedi? Resident Evil 8? What you think?
The Village.
Has he gone again? Okay, well.
Yeah, we got
no.
him right.
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
hear
hear
you.
you.
What was your thoughts on Resident
Yeah.
Evil 8?
I thought Resident Evil 7 looked better.
Okay, I don't feel bad then. I thought the same thing. I was like, when I found out it was Resident Evil 8, I was like, 7 looked way better
Yeah.
than that. So
When
I
I
ain't
seen the
feeling that.
game, I didn't even think that it was Resident Evil. I thought it was like some sort of werewolf game,
Right.
right? Like it was like a new franchise or something.
Right.
And then when it came up Village, I'm like, okay, that looks cool. And then when you seen like the 8 come up and it was clearly Resident Evil, I said, really? Like 7 looks better than this right now.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Man,
man.
I don't know, man. I
You got
wasn't
a
impressed.
Resident Evil fan.
Yeah, I'm
in
looking at it.
in the
Mr. Free to
chat.
Be Me said Resident Evil 8 to me stole the show. But
Stole
I'm
the
biased
show.
because I'm a big Resident Evil fan. Yeah. I don't know, man. I let
Your
you
bias
live.
may be showing.
I'm gonna let you breathe on that one, bro, because I was trying to figure out. I ain't feeling this game, but I like Resident Evil, but I don't know if I'm liking the first person shooter perspective, man. I like the over your shoulder or the actual person in the screen. That's just my preference, but I gotta see more. I'm not gonna hate on it. I gotta see more, but it definitely didn't look better than 7 to me. I thought 7 looked way better. And then the next one was I don't even know what was that Permita. I don't know how to even say that. So we gonna skip it because I don't know how to say it. So Horizon 2 Forbidden West. Horizon 2 Forbidden West. Was y'all shocked that we actually saw footage of this game and that it's coming out? It doesn't give us a date when it's coming out. What was your thoughts on
You
that
broke
one,
up on
K-Bo?
my end. What was the question?
Horizon 2 Forbidden West. Was you shocked that they actually showed it?
Okay.
Go ahead. Whoever want to take that question.
I'll jump on it real quick.
Okay.
So, I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting to see Horizon for some reason. I don't know why I wasn't expecting to see it. Because I guess I wasn't expecting to see too many first parties. And at this part of the show, I didn't think we were going to see any more first parties. And so I was surprised that they showed it because, like I said, this one was like late in the show. It was like towards the end of the show they showed Horizon. So I was pretty surprised. As far as how the game looked, it looked very close to the PS4 version, except for the underwater piece. The underwater level, I don't know if that's CGI gameplay, but the underwater piece looked spectacular. That was some Pixar type of clarity with the water. But other than that, it looked very close. Other than the some of the characters, I think some of like the animals, I thought when you got really close to them, they were still really detailed. So I thought that was pretty cool. But the image of her, I guess, riding on the machine was kind of looked very similar to the PS4 version.
Yeah.
But there were certain aspects of it that I said, "Oh wow, that looks good." And some of the close-ups I thought looked really, really good, and the underwater piece. And so I liked Horizon. The story was okay. Like I said, The Witcher kind of spoiled me on story, and so it made Horizon look bad in retrospective. But I thought the story was good. It was cool. I liked the spin that the game had, and I thought it was a good game. The action there was pretty good. The monsters and was varied. So I'm excited about this one. I'm definitely playing this when it comes out.
Okay, Jedi. What was your thoughts? And then and that other game was Pragmata. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah,
Pragmata.
it's not coming out to 2022, so
Yeah.
we don't got to talk about
All
that.
right, cool. I think that's how you say it. I had to look at it again. Go ahead, Jedi. What was your thoughts on uh, Horizon
Horizon.
2?
It was cool. I think I really today this particular podcast, I think it's all K-bomb. I don't know, man. I wasn't. It wasn't a bad presentation. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it was bad at all. I'm saying that they presented some stuff. I'm saying in terms of one thing I will say, I actually like this presentation better than the E3s. I feel like they talk too much. I think they really got to the
They
point.
do talk too much.
I like this presentation.
Okay.
I'm simply there was nothing that grabbed me and said you need to buy a next generation console.
Yeah, we going right
It's
where you
just
going. Where you going is where we going next. So
so I'm not. It's just literally it was okay.
okay. Uh, Mr. Free to Be Me said, I still haven't seen anything that screamed next gen yet. A lot of games that were shown looks like they can run on the current hardware. I will agree with that. I do agree with that.
I
Let me go ahead,
I
Kevin.
would disagree, but we'll have time to talk about why I disagree.
Okay. So, I was going to say something. As far as it go with Horizon 2,
Horizon.
I do like the fact that they dropped the zero done part. I thought that was cool. That makes sense. Horizon 2, Forbidden West.
Forbidden West, yeah.
It looked cool. There was aspects of it that even when I went and watched the direct uploaded footage of it, it still felt like something that can run on a PlayStation 4. It didn't look like it was really taking advantage of the PlayStation 5 to me. There were some parts that looked better and great, but there's other parts that just looked like, man, this looked like they really just took the skin from the template on PlayStation 4 and just put on the PlayStation 5. So maybe as some time collapse and when the game actually come out, because it's to be announced, so we don't even know when the game coming out. I heard that it's supposed to come out this year, but they're saying
This year,
I heard, but they're
I
saying
doubt
that
that.
this might be a top of the like a February March for next year type of a game. Listen to a few podcasts I was listening to.
Okay.
Definitely, I think this is a system mover. I think people will go out and buy a PlayStation 5 for this particular title. That I think Ratchet, like a combination of Ratchet and Clank, this game and Spider-Man. I think that combination can compel some folks to go get the system, but none of them standing on their own would. Even Horizon 2, I don't think on its own is a system mover. But so overall, I thought the presentation was good. I thought they delivered. It wasn't great. It wasn't mind blowing, but they did enough to where I left pleasantly satisfied. But you got the sentiments of the other guys. Jedi felt like it was didn't do nothing for him. K-Bum felt like they delivered. So let's talk about this last conversation. We saved the most important conversation for last. So I saw this yesterday and I shared it with the fellas in the hangout. I don't know if you saw it, Jedi. I should have sent it to you in the tweet
Nah,
on
I
Twitter.
didn't.
Okay, so we don't know if this is. I think it's leaked. I don't think this really falls on a rumor. One of these companies over in Japan put the price up for with the pre-order, and they put the price of what this PlayStation 5 supposed to going to cost, and that price is, brace yourself, D2K. Jedi Knight, $699 is the price. $699 for the Blu-ray version of this tower of a system. This thing is huge. I don't know if y'all seen, this system dwarfs the Xbox Series X. This system dwarfs the PlayStation 3 in height. This system dwarfs the Xbox 360, any version you want. And you know the Xbox 360 was a tall system, and this dwarfs it. This has at least an inch or two, at least two inches on it in height. So this thing ain't small, but it's gonna cost $699. That's what they saying. Now, again, this is not.
This is not official. This is not official. Confirmed.
But if we go ahead, Kate. What was you saying?
No, I was just saying it's not official. What this is
speculation.
It is still speculation, because in order for them to put up a price, that means that price has to be already decided, and that realtors have to already know the price. I don't think Sony even knows what price they want to put up, because I think they're waiting for Xbox. So I kind of don't hold too much weight on this, because I don't think Sony has let retailers know what the price is, because I think they're waiting. Mm-hmm. But that's still beside the conversation that we're kind of going to have. So let's jump to that. That's my thought.
Just putting that out there. We're not saying that this is the price of the PlayStation 5. What we're saying is this has been leaked. This has been put up as the price. We don't know if it's factual. We don't know if whoever this retailer is has the information to put this up. Have they broke NDA? Are they messed? Did they make a mistake? We don't know. But the question is, would you be willing?
Here we go.
To spend $699 plus tax, and the controller is supposed to cost $79.99, the same as the Switch Pro controller. Are y'all willing to go spend and drop upwards of, basically, by the time you get a game, you get this system, if this price is to stand, and an extra controller, you looking at right at about $800 something.
What is?
Go ahead, Jedi.
My man said, "What?"
Go ahead, Jedi. Take it over.
Yes. Before, please explain that to me again. Say that again.
The PlayStation is right now. There's leak. It was leaked, or some company or retailer put
a price
up with the picture of pre-order with the PlayStation 5, and it was $699. That's the Blu-ray version. So the controller is supposed to cost, with the haptic feedback and all that. Right now it's saying $79.99. It could be more than that, but at least $79.99. Plus they're saying that the games could go up to $69.99. That's still we don't know what the game's going to cost. So if all this stuff stands, to get the PlayStation 5 with the extra controller and a game, you're looking at somewhere between $800 to $900.
Yeah, that's not happening. I don't. There's no way in the world that's not happening.
Go ahead, I'm listening, man.
I mean that's really that's an absurd price. It's just it's absurd. Nobody's gonna pay $800 to get a console, an extra controller, and a game. Nobody's gonna do it. You know, we were just, a couple of months ago talking about how these companies have to figure out a way to keep these consoles within the $400 to $500 range, and they're talking about to launch a console that is $700, $699. Yeah, I guess with the extra controller. I don't know, man. It's too much competition. It's affordable now to build a computer. You can't. I don't know.
Again, that price is not. This is not confirmed by Sony or anything. So we don't want to. I'm not saying Sony put this. This is just what this retailer put up. If this is true, everything you said, I'm with you. But I'll get my thoughts here in a second. I'll let K-Bone come on the back of that. This is the Sony guy. So if K-Bone say no, You know it's a problem. K-Bomb is yours.
I think you underestimate gamers, Jedi, when you say nobody's gonna buy this at $699. I think you really underestimate gamers when you say that, because the PlayStation 3, which came out a bunch of years ago, $599 at that time was probably more than what $699 is right now.
But look at what happened to it.
And it struggled. Yeah, it struggled. But what I'm saying is,
it didn't just struggle. Everything that was in that base PlayStation 3 was taken out. The full backwards compatibility, USB ports. There was technology and aspects of the PlayStation 3 during launch that was taken out to lower that price. So what people were buying for the majority of that PlayStation generation was not the PlayStation 3, the fat PlayStation 3. Anybody who got that fat PlayStation 3 had the ultimate edition of PlayStation 3.
I still have the fat PlayStation 3.
They had the true vision of Sony. That was the true vision.
No, that wasn't
exactly.
The true vision. That wasn't the true vision.
Go ahead. My bad.
The true vision of Sony had a router inside of it. They took more stuff out of that to get it to $599. The real one.
We're talking about what was actually released, though.
Yes, when it was released. Yes, that's the one that was released. Yes, that is true. Yes. I was referring to the true vision comment.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. In terms of the true vision of what the PlayStation 3 was supposed to be, in terms of what was released, that fat PlayStation 3 was it. And it was clear that they could not sell it. So they had to compromise. And they started to strip out what they could in order to get it to a price point in which it would sell.
Agree.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got the slim. I got the strip version for $299. I'm going ahead.
I agree, but I'm referring to the statement that no one's going to buy it.
Well, somebody will, like literally, but it
is going to. People are still going to. But see, I think even with $699. So let me get to the point. With $699, I think it's a hard sell. I think it's a hard sell. $699. But if it was $699, and I had to go upstairs and tell my wife I'm spending $699 to get it, I'm probably still getting it. I'm probably still buying the PlayStation at $699. I'm not happy about it. I have to probably do some more chores around the house.
But if you'll be sleeping with that PlayStation.
No, I'm cool. My wife knows it's a pastime.
It's big enough to pull a bed inside of a K-Bomb. You can actually sleep in that thing.
but I'm most likely buying the system at $699.
Oh, so okay? That's not a breaker for you.
More than what I think it would be. I think it's gonna be $599. To be honest with you,
I'm gonna be honest.
To me, that's $100 more. So I think it's I think at $699 it's a hard sale. But I think compared to other things, when compared to cell phones, when compared to VR system, I don't think is that ridiculous. To be honest with you.
But you're not on the play paying though. You with the cell phone, you paying monthly for that phone. So there are people who pay monthly. There are people who pay upfront. I do agree with that. Right.
But the statement is, I don't think it's that outland. It's that crazy. But you're going to lose a bunch of the casual gamers that you normally would get. For people who are going to game anyway, they're going to buy the system. Casual gamers, you have just priced it out of their range.
I'm gonna throw it back at you, Jedi. I'll let you finish what you were saying, and I ride off of you. Go ahead.
I think that that's partly right. I think casual gamers.
Go ahead. My phone was ringing.
Yeah, no problem. I think casual gamers would be priced out, but I think a lot of gamers in general would. It wouldn't be a price out. It would be a comparison now. No, gamers wouldn't be priced out, but then they would have to weigh their options on what they're going to spend $800 on.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I agree with that.
It's not about affordability. Everybody can afford this stuff. It's It's what you can get with that money. And if you're telling me that I have to pay $800 to get a console, a controller to, and a game, when I can build something, or I can get an Xbox One X and a plethora of games, and this PlayStation 5 is not even the most powerful, and the presentation didn't give me anything, give me the feeling that, oh wow, the next generation of games is here. I don't know, man. I think that would be a mistake.
I'm gonna say this: could I get it? Yeah, I can get it. I agree with everything Jedi said. It ain't that I couldn't afford to get it. I mean, yes, I'd be in the hot seat, if not out the house. If not, my wife would be moving up to where Cable and them is right now. So, but I can get it. But the question is, man, shoot. That's steep. I hope this ain't true. I hope that this pans out to be. I don't think Sony would be that unwise to sell this system at that price, cause you killing probably 70-80% of your. You really gonna be with hardcore fans. Most are not going to jump up to that $700 for their kids. I just don't see that. I don't see the casuals jumping up to $700 to play the PlayStation.
I see kids still getting it. Look at all the stuff kids get nowadays.
Man, not with how stuff going right now. Money, no. I don't.
Yeah, but okay. I from that point of view, yes.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying.
Right now, yes.
How things is right now. How unsure things right now? That price would be That's a problematic price.
I'll lean more to where you're saying now. Yeah, looking at what's going on right now. Yes.
Yeah. So, and that's what I'm looking at. Is like people looking at like that's. I mean, I love Christmas too, and I love making my kids happy, but not $6.99 happy. so hey, little Timmy, we gonna find you like Jedi said. Little Tim, we're going to get you that Xbox One X. Remember, you got the PlayStation Pro. You might like that Xbox One X. We're going to get you that. That's what I hear. And I don't believe that this price, I don't believe this price will stand. I really don't. I don't think this is going to stand. I don't think this price is legit. I don't think Sony is that.
I don't think it's legit either.
Yeah, I don't think Sony is that foolish. I think somewhere around $499 is the sweet spot. Anything higher than $499 is problematic for both companies. So
yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be $5.99. To be honest with you, that's where I think it's at. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do fine. I think $5.99 is too much too. I think $4.99 is about where they can go. I don't think anything 100 over that is too much. Yeah. It just ain't an attractive number. Now, yeah, I think $5.99 is better than $6.99. Definitely, but $6.99 don't even. That's you just turn them nines upside down, and that's what it looked like. The mark of the beast. That's what that thing. So, let me stop.
That's funny.
But
that's funny.
But yeah, I don't see this as being real. I don't think this is true. And if it is, then I guess that Blu-ray-less PlayStation 5 got to be marked down considerably cheaper for digital only titles. It gotta be. I can't see this SSD. I hope Sony ain't put so much in the SSD that they don't have a choice but to price it at this level. But right now this is not solidified. This is not backed or confirmed by Sony at any point. So we just speculating on this price because it dropped. But yeah, that's a scary number right there for me. Would I get it? No, I probably wouldn't be getting the PlayStation 4 this year, and probably not next year. I'll probably literally have to wait for the price to drop to stay in peace in my home. My wife gives me a lot of leeway, and I get a lot of other toys. So any more toys is going to be, you need to take you and your toy to the car, take you some covers and some pillows, and you and your toy can have a good time out there. Let her know you love her too, because you ain't getting back in here. Because your toys is putting the crunch on our pockets. That's what my wife would be saying. So that price too steep. That's too steep, in my opinion. That's a hard hill to climb. I
Yeah,
don't care if
this
you
is-
got the money.
Yeah, it's a tough. I mean, look at how much I just spent for my new laptop. That's not.
But that laptop, you getting multiple things accomplished through that laptop. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying to the fact that $699 it is a steep price, but I don't know. I think it's a steep price, and I think it's difficult for casual people, but people who are going to game anyway. I don't know.
it's an eventually. That's what it is to me. I'm gonna eventually get it. That's what $6.99 say. I eventually get it. Eventually, some point I'm gonna get it, but it ain't no day one. Yeah, I don't see it. Ain't no day one. You gonna sell out pre-orders. They gonna buy it. You gonna have there's enough hardcore Sony fans that'll soak up the pre-orders. So I agree with you on that, K-Bomb. What I'm saying, once you get past that hardcore audience, and you get into the people who like Sony, but they like Xbox and they like Nintendo too, or at least they like Xbox, or at least they like Nintendo, one of the two. You gonna have to do. It's gonna be. I don't even think games will make that price attractive. I really don't. I don't see what they could put on there that'll make me be like, I gotta convince I can see a few games that can force me to, but I still probably wouldn't try it. I'd probably be like, nah, I'll just wait. Hopefully it'll come on the PlayStation 4. But anyway, any final thoughts on this before we wrap this up? Let me see what's going on. We got somebody in the comment section that just showed up. Let me shoot a shout out to Lee. What is that? Lee Percent, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. He said that's 3 Switch lights. That is true. That is 3 Switch lights. So we gonna all have to wait for the PlayStation 5 Slim after they do what Jedi said. When they gut this mug down, then we all get it.
For sure.
Because that's when I got the PlayStation 3, is when they gutted it. When they gutted it down to that Slim, that's when I got it. And I got Uncharted 2 with it. It was almost 2 years, going on 2.5 years old by that time.
Man, I made a tough decision to get mine.
You a Sony guy, K-Bro.
I made it. No, I'm saying I made a tough decision when I got mine because I saw that $599. I said, yeah, I'm just graduating college. That's not gonna work. But I was living with my mom, and my mom's told me if you buy that PlayStation, you're gonna have to move out the house. That's what mom's told me. If you buy that PlayStation for $599, you're gonna have to move out the house. And I was working my job, my internship. And I found the dude who was selling a used PlayStation for like PlayStation 3-4 games, couple controllers for like $530. And I said, Mom, no, actually I went and got it. I bought it, and I came home and said, Mom, I'll be moving out in a couple of months, but I had to get this PlayStation.
Well, what she say back to you?
Well, I got married that year, so I was moving out.
Anyway, okay.
I got married, I moved out. So I was moving out anyway. But I told her I'll move out this year, Mom. But I had to get that PlayStation.
I can't even tell my mom what I'm buying to this day, and she still act like that.
That's funny.
You just ain't got no responsibility. Just ain't responsible. I'm like, Mama. Like, I don't even live with you. I got my own house. She still hit me, so I can only imagine. Anything else before we get out of here? All right, so this was the Live and Level Gamers podcast. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I appreciate everybody that jumped in this hangout. I see Alex, Prim, and Cornelius.
Alex Prim.
Is that right? Prime.
Yeah, that's Prim. Yeah, Prim is right. No, Prim is right.
I'm messing. Damien and Cornelius. Who else is up in here?
Mr. Be Free.
Sim, Mr. Free to Do Me. Or Be Me is up in here. Nationwide TV, The Artisan. We had a few folks up in here today.
That's some new people too, man.
Lee Percent, Ranger Banana 2K. All you guys, we appreciate you for tuning in with us today. I'm going to let these dudes sign out going on with K-Bun. Go ahead, bro.
No, man, it was a good podcast. I'm happy to get on. Happy to get my main man, my brother from a different country, my man Jedi, my homie. I'm excited. I love to get him to get on. I love the New York accent. I love every time he talks, man. It just makes me happy. So it was a good podcast, man. I enjoyed it. I didn't take these Sony podcasts. I don't take it for granted, so I appreciate when we don't have any Kindle talk. So it was a good day all around. Put it like that.
K-Bun was 2 inches from heaven today, y'all. So, he said, I don't know if I went to the 2nd or 3rd heaven, but we talked about Nintendo, and I heard things that I cannot. Anyway, let me stop. But Jedi, go ahead and let it be known, bro.
Yeah, man, as always, guys, I appreciate the time to spend with some good dudes Sunday night, talking gaming and all. And yeah, the feeling is mutual, K-Bomb. And one day, 3 of us, including Level and Keith. And, oh man, why does his name escape me right now?
D2K.
And D2K, yes.
Yeah,
we
sure.
should all get together,
I'm down for that.
and do the thing. I know that the international flights are still down, at least where I'm at. But once this Corona stuff gets, handled, we should do that. But yeah, man, I know during my time during the podcast, I need to say Mario and water because that New York accent,
sir.
I know that gets.
Yes, sir.
I know those 2 words right there. You already
Only
know.
other person
These
I
guys
heard to
from
say
the
it like
tri-state area.
only other person I heard say it like that is Active Gamer Mario. Y'all both say it like that. But I guess that's that New York
every
thing.
time you said it, bro. Every time you said it, I was smiling.
So
But yeah,
with that
definitely,
being
guys,
said,
good podcast.
go ahead.
No. I was just saying, good podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up. This was a good one. So I appreciate everyone tuning in. This is Live and Level Gamers Podcast. Until next time, folks, stay safe and keep it gaming. Deuces.